Alright, now we have our planters. I like to get them really full. There's not a lot of sunlight in the Salt Lake Valley area, so anytime that there's a little teeny leaf down there in the bottom, I want to give it every possible opportunity for sunlight, so I plant right up next to the rim. And I have our two planters here, our second one, and we're going to pick our best two. We might put a couple per pot here. Let's see, how many did we end up with? I think these green ones have the least likelihood, so let's put those back. And it looks like we have 5 really good, 2 from the main stem, and 2 branching off with 1 green. We'll give 1 green a little chance. And now, as you can kind of maybe see, they're a little bit darker, drier at the tip. We're going to just go ahead and stick those right into our soil there. Okay, make sure that you've got at least those couple little leaves up there at the top. They're probably going to fall off, but let's see, I'm actually going to stick this one over here. I want to put 2 of the better ones in each little planter and the green one in as a third. Okay, you want to get those in, planted so that they'll stand upright. So do just a little bit of soil pressing there. Okay. Now, it's not the best season, like we said, so we're hopeful, but never a guarantee. That's a big part of what this course is about, though. You have to do it or you're never going to get anywhere. And the more you practice, the more you'll have success. The more you'll know, the more you'll have success. And it'll just be a continuous cycle of ever increasing knowledge and confidence while you're dealing with rewilding this all too urban and suburban world of ours. Now, as I've pressed that soil down, I think I'm going to add a bit more soil here. So I have my nice little setup. Vases aren't my favorite thing. I like fresh flowers out in the wild, but I have this nice little glass vase for planting. Throw some more soil in there. Like I said, right up to the top, because here in Utah, things are not as sunny as I am used to from Southwest Colorado or California, any part I've lived, Wyoming, Nevada. Even Idaho had more sun than the Salt Lake Valley, which really surprises me. This being a Four Corners state, I had expected to get more towards the sunlight I'm used to from a more southerly quarter in the Four Corners state. Now that we have those done, I'm going to go ahead and show you what they look like. Nice planted rose bushes. Cuttings don't always do that well from what I'm reading. I don't know. My grandmother didn't ever seem to have too much trouble. I did this different than what I was taught by my grandmother, where I went and just made sure to refresh my knowledge. And they have a lot of different suggestions for you now than what I grew up learning. My grandmother would go and take it just like I showed you, that entire length of a cutting, and she'd just stick it in water. She wouldn't put it in soil at all. And then it would root, and then she would plant it. So we're going to try it like this in a more modern variety. I looked at a couple of places seeing if I could find what I had expected, and I didn't. So we're going to try this. She also wouldn't use any sort of a rooting hormone. And I know that she had a tremendous amount of success. So if we don't find a lot of success with this method, the next step in the fall will be to try it with my grandmother's method. Of course, we won't hold it too hard against these guys, and we'll probably try it with this method as well again in the fall, because that is a much better time. Early in the spring or in the fall are your best rose and tree planting times. So this is late spring. We're going to go ahead and give it a shot. I'm going to add some mulch in here. Brought this up so we could do it all in one quick step, because my family is a little bit tired of planting plants this year. My daughter, every time I bring home a new plant, Mom, Dad is not going to want you to have another plant. But he wasn't too upset. He never is. She gets worried. These kids today, they think that all this work is too much work. And really, it's where all the fun is, I think. So now we have some mulch, just light covering. There at the top, you can't see very well on this one. Let's see if I transfer. Can you see a little bit? Not the best lighting, but again, we're doing this whether we have perfect conditions, whether we have the perfect situation is not the goal. Getting out there and doing it, whether it's perfect or not, is the real goal. So we'll water these up and keep an eye on them. I'll let you know how it goes. Thank you for joining, everybody. Have a great day.